Hey, so it is, let's see, what is the date? The 19th of February, and I think the last update I did on the garden was in November. And I just had some interesting things going on today. First of all, my daughter is playing in the puddles on the porch. You like a water, Dora? I just got done transplanting some pepper seedlings into some pots. These are more than I will need for my own garden. I hope to sell some of the extras and make a little extra gardening money, and told my son Max that I would give him a little bit for helping with the planting and stuff, and he's 5, so he's excited to make a little money. And here's the aftermath. But the main thing I wanted to show you, this lettuce bed has been really churning out lettuce for us this winter. I think last time I showed you it was just everything was little in November, and it's been making us some nice salads. I haven't had to buy greens from the store for several months. These are the rest of the plants that I just transplanted, and here's some herbs and a few flowers that we planted. Here's some cinnamon basil. Here's some lamb's ear sprouts that I took the seeds from my brother's house in Colorado and thought it would be fun to grow them here. Here's some chamomile and some sunflowers. I'm trying to start some sunflowers early this year. I heard that the ideal time to grow them in California was in May, and they did beautifully in May. But when I tried to succession sow them and start any later than May, like in June or July, it was just way too hot, and the sunflowers didn't grow more than like a foot tall. They were really sad. So I'm going to try starting some earlier than that and see if they do better up until May this year. Got a few flowers growing in my flower bed, and the peas are doing beautifully. I can hardly let any of them mature because the kids are always asking for pea snacks off of here. What I wanted to show you is this compost trash can. And I had started this several months ago. In fact, I think I started it around November. And I had mentioned that I was layering fresh kitchen scraps, like greens from the kitchen, and then like browns, like all I have is straw for browns, and soil, and then kitchen scraps and straw and soil to create a compost. And I'm not stirring it or anything. And I had a potato that I was going to try to plant in there when I first started. So the potato is probably planted somewhere around this level here. And I wasn't sure what to expect, but I thought it was worth a try. I have not grown potatoes this way, but I have heard of people growing potatoes in bins and keeping on layering the straw up, and then the potatoes form in the straw. Well, I had a sprouting potato and I put it in there, and I just noticed this today. This is a potato leaves, and they are growing. I followed the stem all the way down several feet along the side of the bin, so that I think that's the potato that I planted. And it's obviously getting enough nutrients from the compost to be doing well. And hopefully, if I leave it in there long enough, I'll be able to dump it out and harvest some potatoes. I'll give you an update when that happens. But I've noticed some other, the rest of the garden looks horrible right now, but I have planted, not planted on purpose, but I've composted my kitchen scraps in this garden bed under layers of dirt. And this must be the month for potatoes to start sprouting, because there's another one. A little surprise. More over here in my succulent bed. I had trench composted, which means I just dug a whole shallow holes in the dirt and buried kitchen scraps for several months, and over the months they've decomposed and are used as fertilizer for anything I wanted to grow in here, which doesn't get much light, so I decided to just go with succulents. But I, all the way down, have trench composted kitchen scraps, and this potato decided to grow out from under my pot. I didn't think I planted any whole potatoes in here, or composted any whole potatoes, but I'm not sure. Maybe some rotten potatoes or some peels. I don't know how much is needed to create a potato plant, but this little guy just popped out from under this pot. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna leave them all and just see what happens. I'm not stressing about it. It's kind of fun. This is really cool. I started some celery in the fall, and celery is notoriously slow at growing, but this one is taking off, and partially because it's planted in organic Miracle Grow potting soil, so I can't take credit for that soil success, but it's still fun to see things growing so well. I finally got another blueberry bush from blueberries. Apparently need 2 different varieties to cross-pollinate with in order to make fruit. So this is Max's, my son's blueberry bush from last April, and I just pruned it, so I think I might have had to, I pruned off some of the buds. I wasn't sure what time of year to prune it, so I think I ended up cutting off some of the buds, but I did get this new blueberry bush to help pollinate it, and hopefully we'll have some blueberries around May or June, I think. Spray you? Not right now. I got to? I gotta take the hose and spray you? Yeah. Okay, maybe in a minute. And here's some asparagus that I bought a set of about 6 starts, little tiny sets of roots from Home Depot. 6 of them are just $3. And they take several years to get established, but if you don't start somewhere, you'll never get any, right?